Hey everybody, it's Mike from Monkey Fab, and we're on a pause on the intake because we're waiting for the coupler so we can make sure that everything is perfect before we get the last little mounting tab welded on that and put a fork in that project, which leaves us with wrapping the headers with exhaust wrap, and there was an oil pan mod that has to be made. So here is underneath the vehicle, and we gotta pull the headers off and we gotta pull the oil pan off. That looks pretty straightforward, you know, knock on wood. So we'll get started with this project and probably start by just draining the oil because that's gonna have to come out regardless. And over here is the heat wrap stuff. So we got the Inferno wrap and the heat shield armor, so that'll be going in there. This stuff's always fun to work with because if you read, it'll say warning, this product contains silica fibers, aka fiberglass, so it gets everywhere and it's itchy and it's no fun. It's not fun at all, but it's part of the job, so we're gonna get on it. So let's get to it. So ideally, I want to take out as little as possible so I can remove this thing. But you don't want to try to, spend so much time working around shit that it doesn't make sense just to take it out and move on to the next thing. So you got the water lines, the oil return, blow-off valve, the wastegate, the compressor, the wide bands. Now it looks like if we drop that, we'll be doing pretty good. There's some heat shield in here. It sounds like it's made of aluminum, although it's black around the edges, so I'm not really sure what's going on with that. But it's actually touching the header down there, so we might have to take that out and clearance it a little bit. It looks like a pain in the ass too, but that's just the way it goes. That's just the way the story goes. I'm gonna put this stuff where it's nice and safe. Right, or what? So what we got done here is we've disconnected all the stuff from the turbo. So the blow-off valve, the pressure signal from the turbo, and the wastegate right there. We disconnected the oil line. We got this guy here. He's just kind of sitting there right now, keeping stuff out of there. We got the water coolant lines off, and they're tucked away over here. And the downpipe V-band flange has been loosened, and I have to get the turbo out of here. So there's a couple bolts on the back side of this, obviously, that are going to be monsters to try and get to. That's the way it usually is. So just to give me a little more room, and because I got a lift and I'm not jacking it up and down, I'm going to go ahead and take it up. I'm going to knock this downpipe off, so that's just one less thing in the way, and then we should have the turbo out of there. Yay! Alright, so after much anguish and back pain, we have the turbo pulled out, and it wasn't terrible. They had this heat shield in there that made it so it was very difficult to get to these back bolts, and then one of the fancy washers was missing on that back bolt there. So I don't. But anyway, the turbo's out, all the lines are disconnected, and we are ready to pick it up and drop the headers. So hopefully that will go smoothly. I would like for it to go smoothly because I'm tired. Just go smoothly. Alright, so we got the turbo up pipe out, the turbo headers, manifold, whatever you want to call it, down there. And it's really dark, you can't really see anything, but it's, go down here, probably easier. Yep. So it's all out, and that was not too terribly painful. A few glitches, a few things that we'll have to address as far as putting it back together, making sure stuff that wasn't there, that should have been there, goes back there. But all in all, not a bad deal. But we will drop it down and I'll give you a view from the top. So there we go. It is out and out, and not too shabby. Not too shabby. So got to wrap those guys up. I'm not sure if I want to do it tonight or not, because it's like, what time is it? I can probably see this screen. It's 8 o'clock on a Saturday. And I'm beat, man. So he'll probably wrap it up for the evening, and tomorrow we'll get those wrapped up. Sounds like a good project for tomorrow. Get those guys wrapped up. Yeah. And we got to notch that heat shield that was in there so it'll clear with the wraps on there. And we'll take a look at the oil pan and what needs to be done in there. So I bid you adieu.